There we go. We're back. Let me get us on here as well, and we are good to go. Thank you. Sorry about that, y'all. New technology and silly me, I forgot we're on a different platform. Ha. Okay, so what are we here to talk about? We are here to talk about perfectionism, comfort zone. This is part three of getting out of your comfort zone. Part one, we talked about what it means just to get out of your comfort zone, which means doing something unfamiliar, doing something that's new, that just feels shaky sometimes because, whoop, never been here. And so we want to be there. Like we got to get comfortable doing something new. And as an artist, as a creative, as a singer, you're constantly going to be out of your comfort zone. I sure hope so, because if you're advancing in your career, you are always climbing new mountains. So that's what part one was about. Part two was about specifically social media and how many people really do not thrive or like social media because it's not being a musician. It's not creating music and art the way that you know to create music and that you love to create music. So part two is really about how to look at yourself as an artist and as a creative and how to utilize the platforms in a way that really serves you and suits you. Part three, we want to talk about the inability to get out of your comfort zone and what that really means. Like what happens when you don't get out of your comfort zone and how detrimental that can be for you, for me, for anybody, right? So what does that mean? This is where perfectionism ties in. How many people, and please join the comments, throw me some questions, ask me questions, throw me comments. Let's have a conversation here. So, how many people worry about what other people think of you? You're worried about, oh my gosh, are they going to like it? Are they going to like me? Will they like my song, my record? Everyone gets super nervous. Ah, there goes do not disturb not working. Sorry, love. So do you worry about what the audience thinks of you? Do you worry about what people are going to think about your performance? Do you worry about what people like this song? The minute, oh God. Oh, sorry guys. Fuck me. Oh, don't say that. Well, it's my wife. That's why, of course, it's going through the do not disturb. My bad. Let me answer my wife. This is important. Okay. But I will text her to see that we're okay, that she's okay. All right. Because, not more important than not more important, not you specifically, but not more important than anything else I'm doing is if there's something going on with her, of course I got to be there and see what's happening. Okay. So let's get back here. So if you worry about what the audience thinks of you, if you worry about what your mentor will think of you, if you worry about will this be received? Will my audience that I'm already successful with and have a relationship, will they like it if I try this? That is going to keep you in, I'm going to call your comfort zone. Like I'm comfortable here because I know my audience likes it. I'm safe here because I've already been praised for doing my songs this way, my music this way. I feel comfortable here because I'm safely validated. But what happens when you do that is you don't progress. You don't grow. You don't take risks and chances. You don't follow your impulses. And we will never get the best of you in your art if you don't follow your impulses. We will really lose out if you don't follow your impulses and your creativity. Humans of New York, I adore. I really, really love Humans of New York. On Instagram, he does long stories with a picture. This is not how that platform is normally used, but he has created a huge audience. He's toured, he's done interviews, he has a book. He used the platform in a way that is not the norm, and he's created and built success with it because it resonates, because it's real, because the stories he's telling require this depth. And now he does 12-part series in photo and long form. So don't let your impulses be denied. If you feel like, I want to try this, we will lose the magic of your music. We will lose the magic of your music if you are not sharing yourself. We'll lose the magic of the art you want to create, the album that needs to be made. If you stop yourself with, yeah, but what if my audience doesn't like it? They don't go with me, I lose them. If you're creating something magical and special that you love, and you have the skills to have it land, and some of your audience will absolutely go on that journey with you because they're gonna love and resonate with it, and some won't, and that's okay. But what you're also doing is opening the door for all new people to find you, because your energy, your resonance, your music has shifted. So people who dig what you're doing now will find you now. You can't grow if you don't grow. What else happens about that? You will lack motivation to practice. You lack motivation to even grow or how to practice. Because if you're just repeating the same things over and over again, you're not growing. And practice means trying new things. Practice means getting literally out of your comfort zone, putting 3 cameras up and playing live and rehearsing a live show, getting a movement coach or performance coach to grow further. Will you even make that phone call or reach out to find that person, or think, well, I'm not a dancer, I can't do that? You don't have to be a dancer to have a performance coach. Will you even take the steps if you feel paralyzed to not leave your comfort zone? No, I'm cool with what I do. We've got to take risks, which means you need to be willing to fail. You need to be willing to not be great at it. And we talked about this in an earlier comfort zone, that just to get out of your comfort zone means be willing to fail. And so it's really useful to do things that you're not good at all, and you know you're not good at, because it helps you remember that, oh, it's not so bad to fail. We just get worried about it when it's our career or our art, or when something that we placed a high value on. Then you can get scared to fail. But if you're like, oh, I don't know anything about pottery, like whatever, we need that same whatever. I'm just going to play, have fun, try this out. We need that in the area in your art where you're an expert, where you're excelling, where you're striving. We need that play to still happen. You'll have difficulty finding inspiration if you don't get out of your comfort zone, because the comfort zone becomes status quo, becomes stale. Inspiration comes with that curiosity and trying new things and stepping out of the norm. It's when I say to a one-on-one artist, hey, let's do something weird. I want you to move around as you sing this song and embody an animal. And they're like, what? Well, if you've ever been to acting school, you've done this. It's like, oh yeah, we've done this. Just walk around like, I'm going to walk around like, you can walk around like an alien animal, like hybrid, like walk around like something that doesn't exist. You know why it's good to do that? You can't get it wrong. Mix a lion and your idea of an alien and a ghost and see what that does to you. Well, why would we do that? Just to get out of being yourself. I'm like, how would I move if I was a flower? How would I move if I was, and that's just going to get you trying and doing something new and be like, oh, I didn't even know I would move this way. Yeah, a flower might lose its petals. Oh my gosh, I love that for this song. I actually want to do this. I want to do a version. How does this affect me? I want to do this thing now in my song. Whenever I get to the chorus, this is now my motion, my movement. And that becomes the movement. And how did you get there? Because Wendy Parr said, try being a hybrid of a flower and a lion and something else. And like that brought this movement out of me. And I've definitely had artists be like, I'm so embarrassed, this feels weird. And other people going, oh, fun, cool, it's just great. That's all depends on your willingness to look weird, get out of your comfort zone. Or just go back to that language. It all depends on how willing you are to get out of your comfort zone. Try it out. So you don't grow if you don't try new things. And to try new things, we have to be willing to fail. And to be willing to fail is to be in the curiosity and the fun. So when I encourage people, I encourage you to make a list of practice roulette. That's what I call it. Practice roulette. All the things that you need to do to practice as an artist and grow. Just make a big, long list of it. Part of it is vocalizing. I'm going to work out my voice, and then I'm going to work songs on my voice, and then I'm going to work the artistry of those songs, and then I'm going to work the stage performance of that song. Then I'm going to work the arc of a live show, and then I'm going to finish a song that I haven't finished. I'm going to start a new song I haven't started. I'm going to write a song in a way I've not written before. I'm going to get a track off BeatStars, or I'm going to reach out to somebody for a track, or I'm going to start with the instrument and then the vocal, or I'm going to write look at this list of practice roulette, just growing and growing. I'm going to watch videos today of iconic artists that I really admire and see how they perform live. And what do I love about them? What's cool? What can I learn from them and embody and bring into my performance? When you have a list of practice roulette, you are going to be inspired in your space. If you just show up to your practice space and do the same thing every day, but if you're like, ooh, a combination of discipline and inspiration. I'm in my space to do my work. I've got the vibe going on. What's on my list that I haven't done today in a while? What's on my list that I'm resisting? Ooh, that scares me a little. Yes, let's do that one. All of those require you to just step out and step out. But if you just go in and like, okay, I'll just, I'll do what I know, you know, we really feel rewarded and fulfilled when we accomplish something new, when we get over a hump. Um, it's that confidence that you have and that you seek comes from trying something new, failing at it, trying again. Oh, a little further, failing. Oh, I succeeded this time. That's where the confidence comes in. So if you're not trying the new, you will lack the confidence. And so again, everything starts getting smaller and smaller. You will make a memorable impression when you are risk taking, when you are trying new things, when you are putting your thumbprint on something, when you are saying, yes, this was my vision and idea, let's go for it. And that requires the risk of taking the courage to get out of your comfort zone. And again, the more you do it, the less scary it becomes, the more you have behind you of saying, oh yeah, this is a very valid thing to do. Just write a list of all the challenges I'm going to say in your life, you couldn't even finish that list, but write down some big challenges and some small challenges that you've been through, that you are still standing, that I really overcame that one, and it took me this, and then this one, yeah, that bombed, but that made me go in this direction. And when you look at those things behind you, you go, oh, I mean, if I just said to you, think of one thing that was so hard in your life, and how are you now after that? You made it through it. You can do the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. But make a list of 12 of them and you'll see how powerful you are. Let's get out of that comfort zone. Let's go try something new. Let's take a risk. That's how you get Omar Apollo's album. Tell me he listened to anything else and said, I need to make a hit like somebody else. That album is so beautiful, and it is a creation of his imagination and the team he brought together. Like, he made something beautiful that he was inspired to create. And that's how we get that magic, is by doing something that's like so special and unique to you. And the fear of failing will stop you from making great steps. The fear of failing will stop you from taking a chance on something that is where the win is. So get out of your comfort zone is being okay with the new and the unfamiliar, which you're going to experience throughout your life every day. I sure hope every day. I'm a new parent. They're about to turn 3. When I get frustrated or scared or a myriad of things, do you know what I remind myself? You're a first-time parent. You've never been a parent before. You've never parented with a person before. My partner, you've never been parent to a 3-year-old, to a son, to a daughter. I've got twins. You've never, like, all of this. Oh, this is all new. Right. Okay, a little grace. Wow, I feel stressed because of it. Okay, what would help me? What do they need? Just that reminder that, oh yeah, this is new. What are you expecting of yourself? I'm learning as I go, and I'm doing a lot to learn. I read books, I talk to friends, I go on Instagram, I read about parenting, I look at my own life and see what didn't work for me, what did work for me, what would I like, what would I have liked to have done, what is my kid like, what do they need, what do they need right now, how can I be of service to them? So I remind myself, oh yeah, this is new. And you're new today, and you're new every time you're trying something new. Look, I literally started this live, and I actually think that Instagram might not even be working right now, which is really unfortunate, because we've like set this thing up so many times and it still might not be working. What am I going to do? Like, get mad at myself? You go, okay, let's figure out why and fix it for the next one. We've written support about it. Let's try again. So, but why am I also like, I mean, that's frustrating. I don't want it to be like that. However, um, however, I also know that this is new. Like, oh, I'm doing a new platform. The live stream is new. Oh, yay. I didn't even get this message that my intern was asking, do you need help with the live stream today? Yes, I do, but I didn't get that message until just now. Ah. And so this is part of the process, right? Like, I had someone who was meant to help me, and they had class, they couldn't help. So it's learning, like, okay, how can I put things in place so that when, oh, this is what went wrong this time, let's make adjustments for the next time. So I'll be a little more comfortable in the situation because I've got the support I need. Maybe we check out with the platform what went wrong. These are all just, we're human. I mean, do I expect or not expect? I strive for excellence in everything I do. I think that excellence is extremely valuable and meaningful. Excellence in your music. But we don't start excellent. 10,000 hours plus excellence equals excellence. This is my third week live streaming, and we're on our second streaming platform to try to get to multiple platforms. I wouldn't expect it all to be perfect, especially since I don't have all the pieces in place to help support it. Okay, next time we'll get all the pieces in place, and we'll strive for right. And that this is it. Make that list. Make that list of. I want you to first imagine the music you really want to create, then meditate on the performance you really want to give, and then meditate on the next thing and how you really want it to be, and then look at your resources and your budget and say, okay, how can I execute that really well right now? And then start going for it. And then you do it again and again and again, and we increase the excellence. Don't let perfectionism stop you. Don't let the fear of what others think of you stop you. Please turn inside and ask yourself, what is my greatest vision and imagination? What am I really wanting? And go for it now. Don't wait till you're 70 and you're like, I don't care anymore what anyone thinks. Start now with, I don't care what anyone thinks. Now, that doesn't mean it also has to land, right? You need to create it and it lands. You need to create it and people respond to it. So that's part of the process too. Okay, I have the vision. Is it working? Is it landing? Adjust. Is it working? Is it landing? Adjust. All right. I'll see you next week for the live, 1:00. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. DM me, ask me questions, put some things in the comments. What would you like me to talk about? What would you like me to share with you? I would love to hear your topics and cover them for you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I don't even know what that is. Fuck off.